Do you ever wonder if your stress, anxiety, and IBS symptoms are somehow all connected? Have you ever noticed how your anxiety levels start to rise when you have an IBS flare-up, which then leads to more anxiety, which then leads to more pain and gut issues? And how the more stressed and worried you become, your stomach symptoms feel like they're just never going to go away. Well, if you've found yourself wondering about this vicious cycle of IBS, anxiety, and stomach problems, then this video will help you to make sense of it and, most importantly, let you know how to break this very cycle. So keep watching until the end. Let's dive in. Hello and welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Jane and this channel is all about helping you regain control of your IBS using CBT and gut-directed hypnotherapy. So don't forget to subscribe if you want more information on this topic. And if you've not yet downloaded my free ultimate guide to IBS gut pain, then you can find the link to get your copy below, just down in the description. Okay, so when it comes to IBS and stomach problems and stress and anxiety, they can form a really tight circle, which unfortunately over time can become more and more automatic until you start to question which came first. Was it the stomach problem or was it the stress and the anxiety? Let me give you an example of what I mean. So let's say Toby developed IBS symptoms after a bout of gastroenteritis. This upset to his digestive system caused ongoing changes in his bowel, creating pain, gas, alternating constipation and diarrhea. Toby started to get worried. Why wasn't his stomach getting any better? And all of these gut symptoms started to impact upon his daily routine, his eating habits, and he started to worry about the impact on his health, his work, his relationships, and his social life. It also started to impact upon his sleep, and his symptoms started to get more and more frequent. What was wrong with him? Now, all of this worry and stress fired up Toby's stress response. This happens when your body registers stress and includes a predictable chain of physical events, as your brain releases stress hormones and prepares your body to either stand and fight or take flight and run away. When this happens, your heart rate speeds up to supply blood to the large muscle groups, such as your legs. Your breathing starts to get faster to increase the oxygen supply, and your liver muscles release glucose to provide fuel to your muscles. Your blood is also diverted away from your gut and towards your large muscles. So, as I mentioned, you can either stand and fight or take flight and run away. Now, these automatic physical changes can also cause radical changes in the activity in your gut. For example, increasing muscle spasms, which can feel incredibly painful, or even shutting down all motion altogether, resulting in diarrhea or constipation, or alternating bouts of all three. What's more, the sensitivity inside of your gut also increases. This makes you even more aware of how your gut is functioning. And when this happens, symptoms like nausea, acid reflux, abdominal pain, bloating, and excess wind become more common. The problem is that in today's world, this automatic response to stress can turn on when we actually really don't need it to, when there is no physical emergency or mountain lion that we're trying to escape from. So, for example, worrying about your IBS and stomach problems, feeling overwhelmed about what's happening to your body and to your health, and really worrying about whether you're ever going to get these symptoms resolved. Psychological stress is just as much as a trigger as physical stress. So in Toby's case, all of his worries, the anxiety and the stress that he's feeling about his IBS and his stomach problems are actually firing up and keeping his body in a constant state of stress, which is having a significant impact upon his digestive system. This is because your gut and your brain are inextricably connected, meaning that what happens in your head can affect what's happening down in your gut, and what's happening down in your gut can affect what's going up on here inside of your head and make anxiety a lot worse. Now, you can learn more about the gut-brain connection and its role in IBS in the video link, which will appear on your screen now. So let's get back to Toby. His ongoing worry and anxiety over his IBS and stomach problems is now triggering further bowel issues, which is now disrupting his social life and daily life even more, which is creating more stress and more anxiety. And so this cycle repeats. Let me know down in the comments if you recognize yourself in this cycle. Have you noticed how anxiety and stress can exacerbate and even trigger an IBS flare-up? So now you know about this vicious cycle. How do you break it? Well, you first need to understand the three main factors which are actually responsible for maintaining it. And these are, firstly, overall life stress. And this can really come from any area of your life, from career, finances, whether it's relationships or family, and is one of the most well-known factors responsible for symptom flare-ups. Secondly, the thoughts and beliefs you specifically have about your IBS. This includes continuously thinking about the same upsetting or anxious thoughts, assuming the worst about your IBS symptoms, feeling completely out of control and believing that things will just never change. You see, thoughts have a powerful effect on the body, and one of the very first tasks I get my clients to do is to start becoming more aware of their thoughts so that they can learn how to change these into healthier and more helpful ways of thinking, which in turn will help change the way they feel. And lastly, the coping behaviors that you do with your IBS. Another name for these behaviors is safety seeking or avoidance behaviors. These are the things that you do that, while they might make you feel better in the short term, are actually stealing the joy from your life in the long term. Not only that, but these behaviors are actually triggering your body's stress response and in turn, gut symptoms, because your body believes that there's a threat and therefore is reacting to it. Now, types of coping behaviors include being hypervigilant or hyper aware of your symptoms, avoiding going out or making sure that there is a toilet close by, checking your bowel movements every time you go to the toilet, taking medication just in case, and only going out when you know the toilet access and there may be less people about. So the outtake here, I hope, is really clear. Not only are your gut and brain connected, but physical, social, and emotional stresses, including your thoughts and beliefs, can all result and trigger your IBS symptoms because of the impact stress has on your gut. So to break the cycle, the aim isn't to identify the cause of your symptoms, because trust me, you can get really caught up in this, but rather to focus on the solution. And that is learning how to switch off your stress response, also known as your sympathetic nervous system, and instead switch on your rest and digest mode, activating the parasympathetic nervous system. Now, in this state, the stress symptom cycle is stopped, blood flow is restored to your gut, pain is reduced, and gut motility is normalized. This allows digestion to start up once again. So how do you switch on your rest and digest mode? Well, in addition to reducing the impact of the three factors I talked about just a moment ago, which are responsible for maintaining a lot of those IBS symptoms using cognitive behavioral therapy, you can also use hypnosis to gently guide your body into relaxation, giving your nervous system a well-deserved rest. This is why CBT and hypnosis are such an effective combination for getting long-term relief from IBS. So if you would like to experience what hypnosis feels like for IBS and to start reducing the stress inside of your body, then I'm going to link to a video just over here, which will take you through a short guided gut-directed hypnotherapy session to help calm and soothe your digestive system. So go ahead and watch that video. Be sure you're subscribed, and I will see you next week.